everybody, it is Brooke with the Junk Parlor. I feel like it's been forever since I have done a YouTube video, and it has definitely been a hot minute since I've done a haul video. So this haul video is going to be the things that I've picked up here at the end of 2024. Now, I do my hauls a little bit different than everybody else, and it's even going to be a little bit different this time. So I have a website restock happening on Saturday, January 4th at 9 a.m. Central Time at thejunkparlor.com. I will link that here, and you can check for all links down in the description box. But I will share with you prices of basically the Christmas items that I have, because I think probably what I'm going to do is just put those things in a tote, mark them Christmas in July, and post them on the website in July, instead of doing more Christmas here now after it's the Christmas season. I'm ready to share some other things on the website. It's probably a big thing. So not only do I have the website restock on Saturday the 4th, but I also am participating in a progressive sale the following Saturday, which is January 11th, and that also happens to be at 9 a.m. as well. So lots of things are going to be going on the website here soon, and most of the things that I am selling that aren't Christmas items from today's video will be on the website. So depending on when you're watching this, they might already be over there, so you can go check it out and purchase if you want. If you want the Christmas items that I'm not putting on the website, just make sure to comment below, or you can send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I will just email you an invoice once we get shipping calculated. Okay, well, I'm excited. So these are all items that I've just picked up a little bit of anywhere and everywhere. I typically don't buy the Namaji pottery, but I got one piece at a garage sale, and so then I ended up getting another piece when I was out shopping somewhere, thrifting probably, and I just like the way they look together, and I think I need one more. I had a girlfriend give me some pheasant feathers because she knows that I love them. I already have a bundle kind of up on the fireplace mantle. And I think the feathers just fit so nicely in this Namaji pot, which makes me want to keep it, but I can put the feathers in something else, you know, not a big deal. But I think anytime you are making a arrangement, it's really nice to do things in odd numbers and changing the sizes. So if I had another one in this little vignette, I would put, you know, make a smaller one, but these are going over on the website. Now, if you've been following me for very long, you know I'm not like a crazy, obsessed vintage Christmas person, but have you ever seen these plush candlesticks? They're like chamber candles. They're big, they're soft. I've got 3 of them, and they all have their original tags. They're in great condition. So the little wick is like a plastic, and then this is like, the only thing I can compare it to is like a tablecloth when you go on a picnic, you know, those cheap disposable ones. So this says Poly Fluff Indoor Christmas Decorations, Bradford Novelty Company. All 3 of these have their original tags on them, and they are a decent size. This totally gives me like the blue goose or cows in your house, in your kitchen, which we had. I mean, I grew up on a dairy farm. There were dairy cows in the blue and the geese everywhere. But this totally gives me that country feel. It's like a fabric mailbox. So you could put your vintage cards in it, or not your vintage cards, but your actual Christmas cards you get each season, tuck them in there if you want. So you've got a different fabric on the inside and out. The door here is just like, got some padding in it, like a quilt. And same thing around here. This isn't like crazy hard, so I'm not really sure what it's made out of. Not cardboard, because when I've done stuff, it hasn't made it crack or crease or anything. So maybe it's like that plastic. Oh, I'm doing a terrible job with words, but those plastic things that you can do like a hook rug in or whatever, or not even a hook rug, but the little Christmas ornaments. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's like ugly cute, and so I picked up the mailbox. I love stars. I've talked about that before. I've got a tattoo. My son's gravestone has tattoos on it. His bedroom was with stars. So I'm always attracted to stars. This one is a light up Christmas tree topper, and it's a little bit different because it has, what do you call this? Like a clothespin on the end to clip it onto your tree, but this does work. Not only did I finish 2024 finding a lot of Christmas, but I also bought a lot of clothes. So my oldest especially is really into thrifting clothing. My daughter, she works at a consignment store for clothes. So she's constantly rotating her wardrobe out there from where she works. And so when I was out thrifting, I would do a lot of clothes shopping there at the end for gifts for the kids. One of the things that I found with like a brown hoodie Carhartt sweatshirt that I got my oldest was this globe. Now, funny, not funny story. We were out of town and this Goodwill had what I thought was their sign saying 50% off of orange. Walking around the store, there were so many people. Hey, does anybody know what the color is? Somebody say orange. Oh, there was a worker. She said it's orange, and orange and red is really hard to differentiate between, and blah, blah, blah. So I get to the checkout thinking this is 50% off. The Carhartt sweatshirt's 50% off. And I pay or whatever. I'm walking out and I look at the receipt and I'm like, this stuff isn't 50% off. And it was orange and the Carhartt was orange. So I go back and she's like, oh, it's not orange, it's blue or whatever. So I look at the sign and they have like a big orange tag. Then underneath that, they have 50% off. And then they have like it maybe handwritten out saying blue and then some more text. So pretty much everybody in the store was confused, thinking that it was orange. So I'd already paid for it. I was stuck with it, but it would have been a better deal for both items if it had been 50% off, right? But anyway, this is still a cute little Ohio art globe. However, it does not have the stopper. I love brass and I love mortar and pestles. This little guy is cute. I can totally see it sitting in somebody's windowsill. It's got some good weight to it. The coloring on this Custard Cup, I just couldn't pass it up. It's crazed, it's discolored, it is unmarked, and it does have some little like embossing in there, but the color is what really got me. I don't know, I like breadboards, cutting boards, butcher blocks, and I thought this one was so unique. It's like a Danish style, it's got the feet, it doesn't look like it's ever been cut on. I could almost see putting it under a cloche. And guess what? You have a little built-in knife. It says Japan on it, and then I think it said stainless steel. So that just gets stored here for your cheeses, your breads, whatever you want to put on it. But I just loved, it's kind of a little bit different shape, look with the little feet and the built-in knife. You know, some thrift stores don't want you going through their cart when they are bringing new things out, and other stores are fine with it. And I never really know which is which. So at this place, there were probably 3 people unloading carts. And so I just said, hey, can I look in the cart? And they're like, yes. And guess what I found in the cart before it made it out on the shelf? It is a double-sided Snowman blow mold. I was super, super excited. And this thrifting day, I wasn't even gonna stop. I did a video for YouTube when I toured Erin's home, and I'll link that here. Her home is gorgeous, and she is an avid thrifter. And she doesn't just thrift vintage and antiques. She thrifts anything and everything, mainly home decor stuff, but gorgeous. If you like wicker and rattan and neutrals, brass, you are gonna love her house tour. So coming home from videotaping her house, I'm like, I might as well just go ahead and go to the thrift store. There are actually quite a few around her house, and I just picked one. There was so much Christmas in this thrift store, and those people that were unloading more Christmas. And I can't even remember, but it was only a couple weeks before Christmas. I couldn't believe that they didn't have all of their Christmas out already. But kind of in one area they had, I don't even know, 20 totes, all labeled Christmas, all stuff priced, ready to go, that they were just unloading as fast as they could. I was there and I bought a ton. Another dealer that I know that has a shop, she was there. She filled like 2 carts full of stuff. I mean, it was crazy. But I got this before she did, so I was super excited about this blow mold. Another little cute Christmas piece, and this piece would fit in totally to Erin's home tour and her whole aesthetic. This little wicker boot. So it could be a Santa boot, or could it just be a boot, but it kind of gives me more the Santa boot vibe, but you could use it as a vase or just set it out. And then this I picked up, and I mainly picked it up because I have a girl who collects Donald Duck stuff, and I should have probably texted her before I got it to see if it was something that she was interested in or not, because she passed on it. And so it doesn't necessarily fit my aesthetic or normal purchasing habits. But this Disney Donald Duck mesh hat is super cute and still works. Oh, this piece, I don't know, I just love, it doesn't bother me that it doesn't have a lid. To me, I'm more likely to use it in my home decor, probably, if it doesn't have a lid. But this is an amazing Ironstone Terine with the rope handles. It does not have any damage, which never freaking happens, right? I mean, for me, it never happens. I can't remember which this was. Hoveland, is that how you say it? Hovland company. So this is such a good big size, and it just looks like a fat chunky one and makes me like it even better. Another piece that I picked up, this was a new to me thrift store. I don't even remember what the name was because it was more like a locally named one. But I had just done, again, another home tour with JC's house, and she was talking about the Mulberry Ironstone, and I'll link her home tour here as well if you haven't seen it. So Erin was very wicker and neutrals and brass. JC is very much Ironstone and religious and maximalist. So 2 different homes, both are absolutely beautiful. And JC was talking about this Mulberry Ironstone, and I don't think that I'd ever seen any. And guess what I found at the thrift store? So this was $6. It might even, One Vision is what it was called. I think we were in Waterloo, maybe. So love this piece. At one thrift store, I found 2 pieces of this lavender or lilac transfer wear. And just a little side note, because, you know, plates and food. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, then you know our family got sicker than dogs over Christmas. So we think we had the norovirus. We were at my sister's house. Her kids are always sick. So if she says, oh, so-and-so was sick a couple days ago, you know, we don't think anything of it. We would never see her if we were all healthy when we saw each other. And we spent the night there, and the next morning, Matt and I are both like, because she has 3 boys, like, how are none of the kids up? Like, no one's yelling, it's quiet. I mean, it was crazy. Well, why weren't they? Because the ones that hadn't been sick and the dad were all basically asleep hugging the toilet. So they had had a long night of sickness. Well, by that time, we had already been exposed to whatever it was they had, and I didn't think anything of it really. I mean, I had my flu shot. I very rarely get sick, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Every single person got it. My oldest wasn't there, I don't know, maybe 24 hours. He brought it home to his girlfriend. It was the worst Christmas ever. My youngest was in the bathroom for 24 hours straight. Like, I wanted to come home and get sick at home, but we couldn't even drive, so we were stuck there. It was miserable. I didn't even feel 100% until the 1st of January. So I don't think I got it as bad as everybody else. I wasn't throwing up as much or sitting on the toilet as much, but my stomach just didn't feel good for longer than everybody else. Everybody else was kind of like a pretty quick thing. So plates, food, I didn't eat for forever. I didn't want to eat, and everything that I ate was junk. And anyway, holidays and food, I'm ready to be back into a routine. Let's just say that. So these lilac lavender, I think some people will call it blue. We had a big fight at my sister's house, not really a big fight, but a discussion, because she had solo cups and I can't remember, we saw them as purple and her husband saw them as purple and she saw them as blue or something. I don't know. None of us could agree. But to me, this is totally purple and lilac. And they actually are Wedgwood. They have the same decor here in the center with the urns. I think this might actually be a Terine base stand tray or whatever. But they're both beautiful. They're stamped. These, how they have not broken over the years, I have no idea. When the girl was checking me out, she was just like bowling a China Hutch, and I'm like, let's try not to break these because they haven't gotten broken so far. So then she calmed down a little bit. But there are 3 of them, and look at that. They're just gorgeous. You could leave them out all winter. How typical is this? I bought this little like cheese cutting set, Santa Christmas stuff for a grab bag gift, and then I forgot to pack it. But this originally was $30 and I probably got it for like $1, so I thought that was a great deal. We actually upgraded our TV this year. It was a Black Friday deal probably, and it was like too good to pass up. Our TV wasn't working 100% correctly anyway, and we wanted a bigger one for the spot here in this house. And so we got one, and I figured, my husband was in charge of measuring. I figured the TV was gonna be too big and I would not get to decorate my mantle anymore. So I was trying to like brainstorm some other places to put like my trophy cups and like the vignettes that I have there now. And I thought, oh, well, I could do a sofa table and then I could add to it. So when I saw this, I'm like, this is perfect because it's a little bit smaller. It'll look good. So I have some different height variances. And guess what? The TV still gives me some room for decorating. So that is a win, but this is probably gonna stay with me and I'll add it in to my little trophy champagne bucket collection, whatever you want to call these. What do you call these? Tell me down in the comments. Do you consider this a trophy or is this the champagne bucket? This little ceramic tree doesn't look too old or anything, but I thought it was cute. If nothing else, you could paint it. And sometimes I just think things like this are nice to start a collection of, I guess. Simpler, easier to not break than the big ones. This guy, I'm really not sure if he's old or new. I don't think he's old because I saw the old ones, you know, I Google image searched it. I saw the old ones and they're different, but I couldn't find where like this was at Target or this was at Home Goods or something. So I really don't know the age of it. If you've seen one like this before, you should let me know. But it's super cute and I just thought it's funny. Like he doesn't really look like Santa and I'm not really sure what character he reminds me of. Not a minion, but something. Another thing I picked up at a garage sale was this little stoneware crock. It does have a chip. It has a couple chips in it, but that doesn't bother me. I have a smaller one like this actually upstairs. And this one actually is feeling a little bit tacky. And one thing that I've done, you guys have probably all seen that you can use the oven cleaner to strip wood. But I have had some that are of these that are so sticky that Dawn dish soap didn't do anything to it. You know what? I can't even remember what else I tried. I think I even tried mineral spirits, but I couldn't get anything to get the stick off. And oven cleaner got the stickiness off. So another thing that I was going to mention about this, I really like these. If there's one big enough, I don't know what this size is, but you can put these in those collapsible egg baskets and it just adds another layer. I actually just have like 3 egg baskets over on the website, I think. And one of the pictures, I have a crock in an egg basket just to give you an idea or a visual on what that actually looks like. At the thrift store, I got this rosary garland. I want to say, oh shoot, I want to say it's wooden, but I'm really not sure. It could be plastic, I guess. But it's just gonna go over on a mannequin. This was sitting on the shelf, which you can't tell too bad. Can you tell how much she's leaning? I couldn't tell it on the shelf. And then of course, when I picked it up, I was just like looking at it. Oh yeah. She's kind of dirty, but I like that coloring. And she didn't smell like smoke. So I'm like, yeah, I'll get it and I won't clean it. But then when I got home and I like set it on the counter, she's like got such a lean and I'm like, well, I should have paid attention to that. Another garage, I say garage sale. She called it an estate sale. It was basically a garage sale, but I love this linen texture on this book cover. I probably am gonna try and gently peel that off because the cover of this, I don't even care what the book is what I love. I also love the hand cut pages. Okay, we got some popcorn garland here. Some of it has, there's 3 pieces. Some of it has glitter on it and then some of it doesn't. So this is funny to me because it kind of goes with, I have some plastic nut garland on the website already. And I don't know, I just think it's funny. Another garage sale purchase. Oh, I forgot I grabbed a rain poncho. Those are probably like 25 cents, but I learned something. Did you know that sand dollars are actually like this and then you bleach them to get them white? So she kept one in the original color and then I have a whole like plastic tote of some other sand dollars. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with them, but I thought they were cool. Now I should know better and stop buying stockings because for me, stockings never sell, but I got a couple more anyway. This one says Mark on it, but you could easily cut those little red strings and pull it and it could say nothing. But this crocheted, is so thick. It's so thick. Compared to this one that says Noel, which again, if you didn't like the Noel, just cut the Noel out. But it is very thin yarn, soft, thin. This is like heavy duty, thick, but I just like them. And so even though they might sit on the shelf waiting to be sold for eternity, I got them anyway. I also at that thrift store got this fun poofy pillow, cut up pillow, puffball pillow. I'm not even sure what you call it. But I just thought it was fun. And the back is fun too. So if you didn't like the balls or you wanted to change it up a little bit, you could use this tartan pattern. Oh, and it's satin. Okay, there are 4 of the gold and 4 of the silver angels. And these are ornaments. They all have the little strings. They're all doing different things. So one of them has a symbol. They have a horn. This one has a candle. So you kind of know. The gold ones kind of have like these etching on them, which I thought was a little bit different. It says made in China in the sticker. And then our silver one says made in Hong Kong. But they were cute. I like angels. These are easy to tuck anywhere or look great on a tree. These I got when I was over in Iowa City and they were just a good price. This one is a Meekin Soul, kind of like a serving bowl with this like pattern on the side. Here's the stamp. This little scalloped rectangular platter has some good discoloring on it, wear and tear, and it is a Johnson Brothers. And then I got an oval one, and this is a Meekin. There's its stamp, but just big, simple, plain. I also picked up a few things that have sold already. Some of them I still have pictures on my phone of, so I will pop those in here so that you can check those out. If you aren't following me on Instagram or Facebook, you should go over there and do that at the Junk Parlor, because sometimes when I get back from thrifting, I go ahead and share what I got before I do a YouTube video, and so you can shop my stories. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys ended your 2024 better than I did. And I'm so excited to see what 2025 is going to bring. If you're not already following me, I would love for you to click that subscribe button and ring the bell. I'm going to switch things up a little bit in 2025 and probably not do a video every Tuesday and Thursday like I had been trying to do. Instead, we're going to be a little bit more spontaneous. I do already have another home tour video lined up for 2025, and I would just love for you to tell me down below, what are some videos of mine that you enjoy, types of videos, so that I can get a little bit of feedback to kind of narrow my focus for 2025. All right, guys, thanks so much for being here. Bye.